Hi there, I'm Natasha. This is my channel, Always Be Crafting. I have a cold, so I sound not so great. I look pretty normal, actually, because I usually do come on in my pajamas on a Saturday morning. But I have a cold, and I'm trying to be as clear-minded as possible because I have a huge project in front of me. I am working today primarily on my Good Trouble quilt, mini quilt. And it's been percolating in my brain for a long time, and I've done a lot of prep work, but not all the prep work. And last night I kind of had that, oh my gosh, time is running out. I have to get this finished, but I want to do a really good job. So I don't want to rush, but I have to get it finished. So I'm trying to be very calm and very zen working on this. Now, Good Trouble mini quilt swap is just a mini quilt swap happening over on Instagram. I signed up for it. I got assigned a partner. And the theme is good trouble, so anything you want it to be, basically, as long as you're making some good trouble. And yeah, it took a while for me to come up with ultimately the plan. And now that I have it, I have to just finish executing the plan. And it is a broken heart, or actually a bleeding heart is what it's going to be looking like. Let me get my iPad, because you're on my phone. I'm recording you on my phone. I'm going to get my iPad and I'm going to read you the quote that I'm hoping to quilt into my bleeding heart. Pause. Okay, I know that was just a second for you. All right, this is a Toni Morrison quote, and I really like it. No more apologies for a bleeding heart when the opposite is no heart at all. Danger of losing our humanity must be met with more humanity. I thought that was a really nice quote. So I'm hoping the plan is to quilt those words into, like, that's the quilting. The quilting will be text. So I have to get this quilt top finished so I can quilt it. And I want to take my time with the quilting, but I'm supposed to be done by Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to get it done. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get as far as I can, and then I'll apologize for whatever doesn't get finished. It's a lot of half square triangles, and I realized this morning that I was missing like 10. So maybe more like 20. I was missing a bunch of half square triangles. So I have myself set up somewhat successfully for finishing off my half square triangles and changing my blood drops from half square triangles into like almost like a flying goose, but not really. I'm just snowballing the upper corners. And so that's what you're watching me do, is doing a lot of trimming right now because I can't sew things together if they're not all trimmed, and they're not all trimmed. And you also watched me make a pen pouch out of some mushroom vinyl this morning. Again, I'm not feeling well. I'm not doing my best. So I forgot to reset my sewing machine over there, my Juki, which is just to the right of me, left of you. I'm not even sure how this records. Anyways, it's right over there. And I do a lot of vinyl on my Juki, but I had not checked my settings before I started sewing. So I had a lot of looping on the back of my zipper pouch. And so I had to undo that, undo sewing, and then check my tension and all my balance for the machine. And then I completed it because it works great. That's for a person who is purchasing it as a gift for someone else. And they said, we really want mushroom vinyl. And this was my last piece of mushroom vinyl. So I was like, don't mess up, Natasha. You don't have any more. You can't do this. And they specifically wanted mushroom. So that's done. Hooray. And yeah, so I'm just going to be trimming. Eventually I'll be sewing, but I don't know if I'm going to sew today because I got a lot of trimming to do. The mini quilt is 12 across by 15 down, and they're 2.5 unfinished, so 2 finished. So it will be approximately 24 by 30 when it's done. So hopefully that's mini enough for my mini quilt. It might be a little on the big side, but I'm going to figure it out. I don't know. Maybe I'll trim it down even more. Maybe it won't be a perfect rectangle. Maybe it'll be an odd shape at the end. I don't know. Got to leave room for serendipity, right? Okay, thank you for being here. Did I tell you the date? Today is the 25th, I think, of October. It is the last Saturday in October, which is crazy. Like, where's October gone? Halloween is a few days away. Oh, and I did finish my son's, if you've been here before, you know, I was doing my son's Halloween costume. It looks great. Do you want to see it? I can go get that too. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so he's going as a character called Luffy, Luffy, and he's from a manga, I guess, anime. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it started as a book or as a cartoon, and what's the difference between manga and anime. But he's from there, and that story is called One Piece. So if you want to look him up, maybe I'll put like a picture of him or something right here. Anyways, here's the vest I made with the yellow buttons. I had a little bit of trouble with my buttonhole because I never use it, and I had not used it on since getting this new machine. This machine is now a year and a half old. No, not even that much. Just over a year old, I think. It's not over 2 years old, is it? Gosh, I don't remember anymore. No, I think I bought it last summer. I believe I bought it in the summer of 2024, and now is October of 2025, so I think it's just over a year old. And somehow I had not done buttonholes on it, which is crazy, but so I had like a little bit of trouble doing that, but it's fully lined, and I put bias binding around the arms. It's far from perfect, but for a costume, it's really good. And he says it's really comfortable. And that's all that matters. It's like a velvet. See this really nice velvet. And that was from the Berta magazine that I pulled the vest out of. I added 2 inches to make it longer because when I cut it as directed by the costume or by the magazine, it hits like right at the waist, which I think is normal for a waistcoat. He wanted it to hit below the waist, so I had to add 2 inches. And then for the jeans, I just cropped them and he really wanted, I was trying to just like, you know, string them out, you know, fray the bottoms of the jeans. And he's like, no, can it look more like fur? I'm like, but he doesn't have fur on his pants. He's like, I want it to look more like fur because that's the way he's drawn. I'm like, all right, if that's what you want. So I trimmed up jeans and I added some fake fur to the bottom. So instead of being, you know, they're cutoffs, but instead of being frayed, like the illustration is trying to allude to it being frayed, I guess they do it in a way that makes it look furry. So I added fur for him. Then we bought a hat because I wasn't making a hat, and he's wearing like flip-flops for his shoes. So I think he'll look really good at the end of the day. He's happy. And I bought him some like underwear shirts in case he wants to. The character is shirtless, just wears the vest, but I got him like some underwear shirts, and I offered to stain them with like tea or coffee to make them more skin colored, and he's not on board with that. So he's either going to wear the underwear shirt, just plain white, or he's not. But that's up to him. He's 17. He can decide what he wants. I did another Halloween mask. Maybe I'll put a picture there of the character Gangle. That was fun to make, and I think it came out pretty cute. And maybe I'll have to put like the picture of the mask I made as well as the animation that it's based on, so you can kind of see where I got the where I had designed it. And that was for a neighbor, for a friend. And then what else did I do? I feel like I've done a ton of stuff. Oh, I sent out my Crafted with Love gift, and I think she should have received it by now. So maybe I'll put some pictures of that as well. I was really excited to make that. It was a game board. So chess/checkers game board. And then on the back side, it was like for playing cards, like whether you do solitaire or whether you're playing a card game with a friend. So, or 3 friends. So I kind of like tried to make it look like, hey, you can play cards back here. And then I used my sublimation printer and heat press to make the playing cards. And that was a lot of fun. I bought blank sublimatable playing cards. So the cards were already printed on one side with all the suits and numbers, but the other side was completely blank. So I just added the graphic on the back. And I had a lot of fun doing that. So, and then I made the checkers and chess pieces out of little wooden discs. One side has the letter for the chess piece it represents, and the other side has the fabric that matches the checkerboard slash chessboard that I made doing patchwork. And then I put a little pocket in the top so the playing cards and all the pieces could be stored inside and kind of wrapped up, not completely rolled up, but a little folded. And I think it came out super cute. I'm really happy with it. The theme for Crafted with Love this month was family favorites. And my family, we love to play games. So I felt like that was the best way. I mean, it would have been weird to include, like a real game. Like, I shouldn't say a real game because I did include real games. But like we play lots of different games. One of our favorite family games that we play is Flux. That's really fun. But that's a game that exists, not something I could create. So I felt like the checkers and the chess and, just like standard cards were something that I could still be creative with, but can play lots of games, You don't have to play a board game like Monopoly or Scrabble or something that exists and is like only one of cards, playing cards. You have multiple games you can play. Poker, Go Fish, Rummy, whatever. And then chess or checkers is at least 2 options. So I felt like that was the best way to do gameplay. And and that's a family favorite. Playing games is a family favorite in my house. Is there anything else I can talk about that I have forgotten? Because I feel like I've been making a lot of stuff. Still working on my white elephant quilt that's upstairs. It's like a ghost. I think I talked about that last week, doing the words, trying to do at least 1 word a day. And then I'll put it all together. And is there anything else? I can't think of anything else. I think this is everything that's been going on other than getting a cold. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me and I don't have a lot of time. So I have to stop chatting and get back to work. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing something good for yourself today, because you got to be good to yourself. You got to take care of yourself. It's the only way we can take care of other people, because we have to be the helpers. Okay. Thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Tell your friends. Thank you. Really. Thank you.